started in flow arts in general over 9 years ago at this point.
Lying cold on the bed, and now it turns out
Object manipulation, starting with poi for me, was a major breakthrough on my motor skill ability. It has multiple benefits that can't be denied. There really aren't any negatives that I've come across so far.
you are bound. We shall be the magnificent drum. Serving under our feet, you'll make the marriage.
When I first started spinning, I got a huge sense of accomplishment out of learning things really fast. Spinning poi in general, one thing that you notice right when you start spinning is that you have to train yourself to do the exact same thing with your dominant hand and with your other hand. So for me, I'm right-handed, and I had to teach my left hand and actually the entire left side of my body to keep up with the right side. I feel that just that, it's done several things for me. It's improved my balance. I notice myself not tripping and stumbling as much. And the other thing is my reflexes. A lot of times when I'm at work, because I work in a restaurant, I'll drop a glass, and before it even hits the ground, I'll just reach out and catch it and catch myself doing little quick things like that.
I've also learned along the way a lot of things in regards to ego and self-awareness and self-confidence. I've really learned a lot of things through self-discovery and self-exploration of my art about who I am and what it means to have ego, as well as to be aware of your own ego and keep it in check and try to keep a positive direction through everything that I do with my art. And it makes things socially a lot less awkward for me in most situations that I've encountered. It adds a lot of self-confidence and a lot of self-worth in the background of how I feel about myself and what I can offer to society or anybody that I may interact with.
One of the things that I love about poi the most is that every time you see a poi spinner, and it doesn't matter what level they're at, you always notice that they have their own particular style of spinning.
Fire is a giver and a taker of life. Without it, it's the first tool that man ever had, and without it we wouldn't have progressed into a culture the way that we have, and at the same time it's also capable of destroying everything we've ever created.
And actually, when I started spinning fire, I bought my poi through a company from New Zealand called homopoi.com, and they always recommend that you read a story before you start spinning fire. And it's basically about this kid that was spinning, and he ended up doing a buzzsaw move where you basically put the poi inside and they're spinning inside of you. And it ended up lighting the sweater that he was wearing on fire. And he not only burned his chest, but he ended up inhaling flames and getting really, really bad lung damage. He spent several weeks in the ICU. You always have to know the dangers and realize that you're still playing with fire. Even though you make it look easy and you make it look like it's not dangerous, you're always carrying that risk. Through finding poi and manipulation arts, I opened up to a whole new layer of myself I didn't know was there. Learned how to become an artist and what it meant to be one.